I'd like to talk to you about homelessness today. That's an issue we've spent over $20 billion on in the last 3 years, only to have the problem get worse. But I don't really want to talk to you about numbers. The numbers are all bad. That's all you really need to know about the numbers. I'd rather talk to you about people. Let me start by talking about a young man named Armani. Armani moved to San Francisco from Miami, where he was born and raised, Cuban American in his 20s. He moved to San Francisco, fell in with a bad crowd, got addicted to fentanyl, wound up homeless on the streets of San Francisco. That's where the housing first policy that has ruled California for the last 8 years got hold of him, put him in a taxpayer-funded little tiny room with an open-air drug market out on the street. And what do you think happened? He simply did drugs alone in that room until he was finally dead. In fact, by the time they found him, he'd been dead at least 3 days. He died alone in that room, thousands of miles away from his mother, who was frantically trying to reach him. That is the human cost of a housing first policy that is killing hundreds of people just in San Francisco every year, let alone the rest of California. So what's a better way forward on homelessness? I call my policy healing first. It says, let's find the root cause of someone's homelessness and put them on a path to actually address that. If someone has a hardcore drug addiction, it means we put them into long-term drug treatment facilities so they can get clean and we can get them on a pathway to healing. If they have long-term mental health issues, let's get them into long-term mental health facilities. I fully support investing in those in California. Those are 2 ways we can get people on a pathway to healing. And there are organizations that do that kind of work. Street Life Ministries, for instance, here in Redwood City, HIP Housing up in San Mateo. There are organizations that put people on a pathway to healing. That's what we should be doing in California. That's a good use of taxpayer dollars. But simply using your hard-earned tax dollars to put people alone in rooms and enable their self-destruction, that doesn't sound like compassion to me. And if it doesn't to you, then vote Gus on March 5th and November 5th for healing first and a better way forward on homelessness. Thank you.